Hi, welcome back to the Property Gurus. This is the first in a series of videos about how you can get rich from real estate, from property. By investing in property in the long term, you'll be able to earn income, make profit, and live comfortably for the rest of your life. We at the Property Gurus, all of us, started our careers in different areas. We did not work in property. However, over the last 20 years, we've all built up our portfolios, made profit, done deals, and now we earn all of our income and all of our living from property. And you can do exactly the same as we have by following some simple rules and understanding exactly what it is that you want to achieve from your investments. Now, the first thing to look at when you're making investments, you need to decide what asset class you want to invest in. Now, there are a lot of videos on YouTube talking about turning $100 into $1 million within a very short space of time. And all of those focus on investing in shares and stocks and generally high technology, high growth, high risk stocks. So today I wanted to talk to you about the benefits of property investment versus shares. A property investment isn't a get rich quick scheme. Not going to happen within weeks or even months. It will take you some time to build up your income and wealth and value through property. But in the long term, you can earn a lot of money from property. It is a good way to become a millionaire wherever you live. You've just got to follow some basic rules and understand what it is that you're doing. So looking at why you would want to do property above shares, let's talk about the first benefit. Now, number one, in property, the reason that property is a great investment is that it has a tangible benefit. And by that, I mean people need somewhere to live. And when people need somewhere to live, they've got two options. Either they can buy or they can rent. And you, as an investor, can make money from both of those options, sometimes on the same property. So you can, as an investor, have your property and rent it, or you can sell it, or you could do both. You can rent it for a while, and then when you get to the point that you decide you want to sell it, you can sell it. So the reason that property is such a good long-term investment is that the demographics globally are in your favor. If you look at all of the major countries and all of the major cities and all of the main areas in the world, you've got increasing population, which is driven partly by organic growth, so people having families, and partly by the movement of people who are moving around the globe more than ever before. So you've got an influx of people into all cities and all areas, and that drives the demand for housing, and ultimately that is what pushes the price of both rental property and property for sale up, because you've got limited supply of property. There are some new properties being built everywhere, but it's relatively slow compared to the demand. So limited supply and increasing demand. Basic economics tells you that that means increasing price. An increasing price is good for investors. So we've got a tangible benefit. We've got the demographics. Now, the big issue, the big key factor in why you would invest in property versus shares is control. If you invest in shares in a company, you buy a piece of paper and you hand your money over to the company, and they are in full control of everything else thereafter. You do not have any control over what decisions they make, what people they hire, what debt they take on, what products they decide to launch, how they market them, what costs they spend, how many private jets the chief executive has, how many millions they're getting paid in bonuses. You don't have any control on any of that. All you do is put your money in and hope that the share price goes up. If the share price does not go up and you do not get paid any dividends, there is nothing you can do apart from sell the shares in that company. So that means you have no control. In property, it's the complete opposite. You have total control over everything in that property. Before you make an investment, you decide where the property is. So from a location point of view, you pick the location that you're looking for, the best location that you know. So in your area, you know which roads are more popular than others, where people want to live, whether they want north or south facing gardens, if they need parking, how many bedrooms they're looking for, how many bathrooms they're looking for, whether they want outdoor facilities like a hot tub or swimming pool. All of those things you know before you buy it. So you can look at that property and say, yes, it meets all of the requirements. It is a good investment. The next thing, which is fantastic from a control point of view, is that you can change that property. So if you buy a property that maybe only has 3 bedrooms and no parking, you can change that. So you can make it bigger, you can extend it, you can increase the floor space, you can add 1 or 2 bedrooms, you can add a bigger kitchen, you can add parking, you can add a swimming pool or a hot tub or whatever it is that you think will add most value in your area. So you've got total control to meet the market. If the market tells you it's changing, that it's moving from young single people to families who want bigger houses and more space, then you can make that investment to match the demand. You can't do that with shares. Once you've invested, you're in, and either you make the money or you don't make the money. The other amazing thing about property is that there are 2 things you can do with it. You can either rent it or you can sell it. And depending on what the dynamics are and what's happening in the market, you can do either one. So if you feel that the property prices are not going up, they're stagnating, they're just sticking around, then rent that property for a year or 2 or more, make some money along the way, and then at some point in the future, you can sell that property for a profit. The flip side of that, if you have a property and the market suddenly takes off for whatever reason, there's hot demand, or that particular street becomes the place that everybody wants to live, then you can sell it. You can cash that in and sell it. So you've got the best of both worlds. You can rent if the property market isn't doing anything, or you can sell if the property market is on fire. And what happens in a lot of markets is that both options are a good option. So you can make a lot of money from renting and you can make a lot of money from selling. And in those circumstances, then you decide what you want to do, whether you want to sit back, take the income and wait for the market to go up more, or whether you want to cash it in and take that capital and reinvest it into another property, which you can then do something else with. Or you can do some development on the property. So maybe you rent it for a year or 2 and then decide that you want to refurbish it and make it a higher end property and increase the value even further that way. So we've got, just to recap on why we think property is the best single investment you will ever make in your life. Firstly, you've got a tangible benefit. Properties offer something to people that they need. They need somewhere to live. Therefore, there is always going to be demand. The second benefit is that we've got increasing population and a very slow increase in the number of properties, which means that prices are going up. So prices of both rental and for sale are going up. And the third issue is that you've got total control over what that property looks like, contains, and how it is presented. You can change properties, you can make them modern, you can make them retro, you can make them look exactly as you want them. You can increase the space, you can change the layout, you can change the outdoor space. You can do virtually anything within that plot that you need to increase the value and make more money. So in summary, for those reasons, property is the single best investment you will ever make. And we will help you through the course of these videos to make all the right decisions and to pick what's right for your area, whether it's focusing on the rental market, focusing on the development and sale market, or both, developing, renting, and then selling. And then we will talk to you, in addition to all of that, about loans, mortgages, tax, and a whole host of other issues that you're going to want to get your head around and understand before you start making these investments. So please subscribe to the Property Gurus. You won't miss any videos, and you'll be able to follow us on the journey for you becoming a millionaire in real estate and property. Speak to you next time.